Okay, we're on. Letters, thank you, Vinny. Floor manager, Vinny, tonight. Stick your head in, go around the front, stick your head in. All right, come around the back and stick your head in. Thank you, Travis. You stick your head in too. Where are you? That's Travis. What? Not behind me, right there. Well, there, okay. Okay, here we are. We're about to start. I've got the three letters that our terrific lineup of panellists will be addressing tonight. We go over here for these. Here we go. First letter tonight. Everyone needs to go to the toilet, right? Well, how come most businesses won't let you use their toilets? Now, Macca's wants to start charging people or giving a code out. Second letter tonight. One of us will need to stay home to look after our kids. They're pregnant. And they're arguing about who should stay home. Him or her? Are we traditional or are we not? Last letter tonight. 95% of us won't pick up rubbish. Isn't that appalling and pathetic? Well, why is it that 95% of us won't pick up the rubbish? We'll see what the panellists have got to say. Sweet and Sour coming up right now. Don't go away.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some chili?
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next fun-filled, maybe, half hour. First up tonight, good mate of mine. Hello, Kane Boyatzis.
Hello, hello, everybody.
Nice to have you back, mate.
It's nice to be back. I thought I did woefully enough last time that you wouldn't have me back, but I'm
You
not
were
really sure how that works. So.
You were terrific. We had a lot of people going, we liked him. He had lots of common sense.
Thank
and a
you
lot
for
of girls
bringing
thought
me
you looked good too. I don't know. You know.
Is that your mum?
Yeah, she liked him. She liked him. She went, which Boyatzis is that again, love? Welcome, mate. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, you've just finished.
Yes.
You're no longer studying.
No, I'm no longer a student. I finally finished my degree. I'm so excited. Double degree in journalism and broadcasting.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
terrific. But I don't believe you. I think you'll be back to study very shortly.
Oh yeah, I think I'm going to go back and do a postgrad next year.
Do you want to think about that? Oh yeah, I'm just going to go back and...
Yeah.
Yeah, you are?
No, I think so.
Why? Because you like it, or you think that's the better way to get on?
I think it's a better way to get on. It's a really, really good postgrad, and like last year, their employment rate from graduates
When you
was
say
100%.
there?
Any participants doing the postgrad. It's a very
Where at?
selective. It's a postgrad through Whopper
Whopper.
in broadcasting.
Well, it says it all, really, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Nice to have you here. Back from Melbourne for a little while.
Yeah, I've been teaching dancing at John 23rd.
Oh,
They flew me
magnificent.
over, and I haven't done any dancing whilst I'm over in Melbourne, so I couldn't say no to
How
the
do you keep
opportunity.
fit in winter?
I don't. That's
Oh.
the thing.
I think
Like, it's just there's so many ways to keep fit, but it's just the motivation to get up and through the cold, especially in Melbourne. It's just so cold. You know, the amount of gym
Hello
memberships
to
I've
all our
signed up
Victorian
for.
viewers. It's cold over there.
Not
Actually,
anymore, but yeah.
it's colder here in Perth. A little while ago, you were having something like about 7, and we had 2. and
Oh, for
3.
one day.
Well, that's colder. They haven't had 2 yet. They probably have.
On average.
Hello, Clinton.
Hey mate,
How do you cope with the winter?
obviously I'd like a bit of food, Gary.
Oh, well, don't we all?
Just comfort eat,
I
mate.
know.
Winter, summer, spring, autumn,
know.
don't care.
How's the world of specs?
Yeah, it's going all right.
How's the world of MCing?
MCing good, got a few quiz nights coming up. a few charity events.
You had a new name that we...
MC Fog.
Where did that come from?
We come from upstairs, but I like it. I'm
we're gonna use it?
Keep it, yeah, just in my Thailand gigs.
Welcome back, mate. Good to have you here. Letter 1, here we go. Feeling flushed. Dear Mitch and panel, I have an issue with McDonald's charging for the toilets for non-patrons. They're a business, and they want my business. Occasionally, when I'm not being their customer, I still need to use their toilets. They've been reliable whenever I've travelled around the world. Hong Kong, San Francisco, San Francisco, Athens. It's a universal standard. I've been to the McDonald's toilet in Hong Kong, I don't believe you. It's a universal standard rubbish that they have everywhere. For me, that's part of their reliable brand. Oh. I'm upset that Macca's want to start charging to use their loos. I know most businesses won't let you use their loos, But everyone needs to go to the loo, and it's so hard to find a loo in any city around the world. It's time for all business owners and local governments to provide these facilities rather than restrict them. I went shopping in a suburban local strip last week with my 12-year-old. A major Australian grocery store in the strip did not have public toilets, and they didn't allow my child to use the staff's facilities. Apparently, the store representative didn't have authorisation to have a dose of humanity. What a joke. Do they want us to stop shopping and just stay at home and order on the net? Because that's what's going to happen. What do the panellists say? Roberta of Bassendean in WA. Ooh, in Bassendean, strip shopping. There aren't too many Coles, Woolies, etc. that are in strips. Where would that be, I wonder? Anyway, Clinton.
Look, I think Roberta's a McIdiot, just quietly.
A McIdiot.
I disagree with just about everything she said in this letter. For me, that's part of their reliable brand. No, it's not, love.
It's a shop.
It's a
go and
fast food outlet. I have no problem at all with Macca's charging.
It's a business.
It's one McDonald's in Queensland that she's talking about.
It's a business.
That happened the other week. If you need that desperately to go to the toilet at McDonald's, get 30 cents or 50 cents out of your pocket, buy the ice cream cone, and do your wee, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, and with the shops, well, of course they're not going to let you use staff facilities when that's never happened. So why would it happen now?
Do you know, I remember years ago when I was a little boy going with my mum to David Jones, and David Jones had a facility upstairs in Perth, and to go to the loo, they charged you. It was a token, but they charged you.
Comes from? Isn't that where that saying is?
What is wrong with it?
Yeah,
it's a business.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
okay, what do you do? Should all businesses allow you to use their toilets?
No, because, and I work in retail as well, and it just shows people do not have respect for public toilets and other people's toilets. I had many situations where I have allowed in a tiny little store, we've just got our own staff toilet, and there was public toilets across the road, but this one customer was like, oh, my child, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine, you can use our toilets just around the back. They destroyed it.
The child and their mum destroyed it.
No
That's what happens.
Respect. And people, because it's in the change rooms, they just go in and they use them anyway.
Take a deposit.
But they don't leave it clean. They leave a deposit. It's just so disrespectful. And I would, if I was a business, a big corporation, Myers and David Jones, 50 cents or whatever, at least that way, because
plus
you're paying for something.
Deposit if
you will be like, okay,
it.
I'm paying for something, I've got to leave it.
Yvonne?
Or have cleaners there, I don't know.
I can actually understand the argument for charging patrons as well in terms of not having discrimination. So I know that like in the US it's a really big problem where a lot of stores like Starbucks for instance have let customers use their toilets for free if they're upper middle class white people, but if they look like they're ethnic or a minority or poor or homeless, they discriminate and won't let them use the toilet for free. So I can understand that if there's like a blanket rule that you charge everybody, then you're kind of eliminating that possibility. But I also just have to say that Roberta is full of shit. Like her sense of entitlement, my God, didn't have the authorization to have a dose of humanity. Like you are one entitled lady.
Kane?
Well, I mean, isn't the colloquial saying here built like a brick shit house, right? And I think a lot of the I think, but I think what I would say is, shouldn't we be angry more at our councils and the state
for not providing enough facilities?
And public toilets are pretty awful. They do actually look, pretty terrible. And they're not available, at late hours and that sort of thing. So, sort of pinning it on McDonald's, I'm not sure that's all that fair. And I'm pretty sure this issue popped up in a specific situation. It was a response to drug use, like there'd been a syringe left in the toilet. So it was a specific safety concern. The particular McDonald's took that approach, and I think that's fine.
Yeah.
We asked you people at home this question: should Macca's be entitled to charge for people to use their toilet facilities? Well, believe it or not, the sense of entitlement goes a long way. There's the answers. Only 37% said yes, you can charge. 63% said no, I want to poop at Macca's free of charge. Thank you.
Idiots.
When we come back, we're going to talk about who goes to work when you're about to have a baby. Him or her? Or is it up to the income? Who's earning more? What's it depend on? They both want to stay at home and they both want to go to work. When we come back, more of Sweet and Sour. Don't go away. Cheers. So who goes to work in that instance? It's just a battle.
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and
Never ends. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. If you'd like to send us a topic for discussion, send it to one of these social media points right now. There you go. Gosh, there's a lot of them. Do you recognise all those symbols up there? What are they? There's our website, the first one, sweetandsour.net.au, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah?
Snapchat.
Oh. Well, send it to one of those points, and for every letter that we do discuss on the panel, we're going to send you, courtesy of Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications, to the movies. And this week we're sending our letter writers to see The Leisure Seeker, Michael Caine. Is that right? Donald Sutherland.
Father Christmas.
Father Christmas, it looks like. There you go. Here we go. Dear Mitch, I'll be quick. And guess what? Closing the show tonight, we've got Brooke Bajaya, who's going to be singing for us Society's Fault. That's at the end of the show. I'll be quick, writes Kelly of Paran in Victoria. Who goes to work? We're both agreed that one of us will stay home to look after our kids. We've always felt that we want to make sure our kids, and we want to, should have a stay-at-home parent to make them feel loved and secure until at least they're at school, and perhaps beyond that too. We are 5 months pregnant with our first, but can't agree who should stay home. Gosh, at this late stage. I would like to, and my husband would also like to. We're both employed professionals and have good incomes. We will lose one income, but we've factored that in and we're okay. I earn more, and my husband, and he says that's a good reason to keep at work. He also says that I'm being sexist because I believe it's traditionally the mum who is the family's nurturer. So, what do I do here? Am I being sexist? My husband can't breastfeed. Is that my trump card? Ooh, as we said, Kelly from Paran in Victoria writes, Anita, is that her trump card? She can breastfeed, she's the nurturer.
To an extent, I think for the first 3 months, it's really important for, especially now with breast is best and all of that. I've been there. I've had girlfriends who have just recently had babies, and seriously, their babies cry and they lactate. They've got pads on their breasts where they have to feed. Now, as much.
Thank you.
At that point. But that's exactly what's happened, and I didn't believe it until I actually saw it with my very own eyes.
Emotionally
but
connected.
the very thing here is what I've got the issue with is you're talking about we need one parent to stay home and one person needs to do this and this at certain times. It's more about what you need to focus on is a family unit. So yes, I agree that especially for the first 3 months, maybe your wife should stay home just to nurture and feed the child if she is breastfeeding. If she's not breastfeeding, then it's a whole different story. But if she does choose to do that, then allow her to do that for the first 3 months. And then, but you need to be as involved as possible, I believe, throughout the whole process when you get home from work. Get the families involved, your parents, her parents. So it's a nurturing environment. It's a family unit. I feel that these days we're quite isolated in how we are bringing up our children these days.
I think the man and the woman gets the opportunity to stay at home, especially if you're professionals. We've got a scheme where both can stay at home for the first 3 months. I don't know how effective that is.
Especially if you're on both good wages, why not?
Clint.
Look, I think the best thing about this letter, this kid is so lucky because he's already got both parents fighting over him or her.
He's going to be a spoiled brat.
That's fantastic. I mean, there should be more of that, to be fair. So, I mean, well done, Kelly, to you and your husband, because it's so good that you both want to do it so much. Look, it probably just does come down to as simply as the income. Of course, I probably see it differently as a bloke. Like, we don't have that women's mindset of the lactation.
Yeah, we look at the
thing.
dollars.
But yes, but you know, we've got different minds, but we do look at the dollar signs.
Survival.
Yeah, survival of the fittest and all the rest of it. So yeah, look, if your wife can go and make more money, let her go. Use time with the kid. But it's fantastic that you're both fighting over the love of this child already. Amazing.
Kane?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a bit sexist, and I'm not coming down on Kelly in particular, but societal pressure for traditional gender roles, that's changing now. And I think, I mean, it's a great thing that Kelly, your husband, is, pushing against that, because there's less services available to, stay-at-home dads, and, parenting services are traditionally for women. So he really wants it despite the social pressure and all of that. I think that's commendable. There's quite a lot of like psychological research to suggest that just the more involvement of both parents, but in particular, fathers' involvement with their kids is super important right from the start. So dads and mums tend to parent slightly differently. Dads play kind of games and are known to statistically play more games with their kids than mothers do, which is interesting. And that fosters a better sense of empathy later in life. That can foster a less of neuroticism and a less chance of like anxiety development later on in life.
Boys are game players.
Yeah. So, but I'd say the other thing here is, it depends about your types of work that you have. These days, part-time work's becoming more and more prevalent. So, couldn't you negotiate a split?
And working from home, you're professional.
Yeah.
All right, Yvonne.
Yeah, I completely agree with Kane. Like, I think that you can for sure split up your parental leave, and there are a lot of businesses that do parental leave for both the mother and the father. And also, just on another note as well, depends on your work, you might even be able to take your baby to work with you. Which Green senator was it that recently breastfed her baby in Parliament? Plenty of options.
Yeah. We asked you people at home this question: if one parent is to stay at home for the kids, should it automatically be the mother figure? 25% said yes, 75% said no. Times are a-changing. When we come back, we're going to be talking about who picks up the rubbish, and closing the show for us tonight, we'll have Brooke Bajaya. Don't go away, more of Sweet and Sour.
Sweet and sour, sweet and sour. What a lovely way to pass the half hour. Everyone just loves us. You can't have sweet without the sour. Sweet and sour. Sweet.
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet
And sour. Here we go, last letter of the night. Hi, Sweet and Sour. 95% of people feel a sense of pride in their home and where they live. Yet apparently the same percentage don't have enough pride to pick up rubbish and will choose to walk past it, leaving it for someone else to clean up. Why is it that we believe someone else should clean up for us? Is it tied to that selfish notion that if I didn't put the rubbish there, I don't have to clean it up? I believe that this is one of those very telling social indicators showing us that we are a society in decline. The fact that 95% of us, is that true? 95% of us won't pick up rubbish is appallingly pathetic. What's worse is that fact that the younger demographic, those aged 27 and under, apparently are the greatest litter bugs in society. Well, I don't know where you're getting your stats from. You don't send in any verification. Apart from smokers who think they have a natural right to toss their stogies wherever they choose. I had to go and look up what stogie was too, by the way, and you put that in and it comes up with King of the Road, because old stogies that I have found or something. Anyway, stogie. Cigarette butts. What will it take to instill a real sense of pride back into the Aussie population and have everyone feel responsible enough to clean up after themselves and then go the extra to clean up wherever they see rubbish? In Japan, they don't even have the need for public bins because everyone is totally responsible for their own rubbish. How can we make that a reality here? Laurie of Prospect in South Australia. Kane.
Well, I think Japan is quite remarkable, because I did look into this, and they're a pretty remarkable people, but they're taught a lot of values earlier on. It's like a very slow burn. I found that one of the things they do is they teach kids to adopt responsibility extremely young. So there actually are not any employed cleaners at schools in Japan. The kids clean their own schools,
Everybody
clean
does
the toilets, clean
We
the
could
desks.
do that.
Yep.
We could start that.
Yeah, so I think it's possible to change, our culture here, Western lifestyles in Australia. We're a bit self-absorbed, but I don't know about where these stats are coming from, because the stuff I found where people were more or less, age group just as bad. It's just that younger people were more prone to littering in a group. Older people were more prone to littering on their own, and older people were more dishonest in fessing up to it.
I pick up rubbish. Yvonne, do you pick up rubbish?
Oh, absolutely. If I walk past rubbish, I will pick it up. And there was actually a really interesting study done on this where they found that if a person walked past a piece of rubbish on the ground, every single other person directly after them wouldn't pick it up. But if they walked past and picked up a piece of rubbish, then every person after them would pick up a piece of rubbish and put it in. It's a socialised thing. But I completely disagree with the idea that it's under 27s are the worst for littering. No, I actually happen to think that the younger generation are more concerned about our waste problem. And don't forget, it's probably your demographic that caused us a lot of the waste issues that we have in society at the moment.
Yeah, they've only been here for 27 years. Up to 27 years. We asked you people at home this question: will Aussies ever learn to pick up their own and others' rubbish? Here's your answers. 25% said yes. Oh, you don't have much hope. 75% said no, we will never learn. Okay, Anita.
Look, I agree with Kane. I think, look, we can make a change if it starts back at home with the families and learning those and teaching the skills and just the respect for not only yourselves and other people, but for the planet that we live in. And if we can, I think it's very possible.
Started at schools.
That we get it exactly happening in schools,
Last word, Clint?
Yeah, well, the start at school is where it is. I mean, I remember at school we had the captain clean up, coming in his big yellow and black truck and all that. I mean, do they do that anymore? If they don't, maybe bring it back.
I think so.
Clean Up Australia Day, I know we still have it, but it's not really promoted as such anymore. But final word, Laurie, if you're going to use the word stogie, it's a durry, mate.
It's a durry.
It's a durry, mate. Just to finish.
Excellent, excellent. Brookie is ready over there. She's going to lead out tonight's... You ready? Yes, she's saying yes, she's ready. We're going to cross over to Brooke. She's taking us out tonight. Good night, panel. Terrific to have you here. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for having us, Gary.
We'll see you next week. And now with... I've lost the name of the... Society's Fault. No, I haven't lost the name of it. Sorry, Brooke. Society's Fault, Brooke Bajaya. Take it away, Brookie. Good night, everyone.
I am sitting here thinking to myself, why is everyone around me asking me for help? Oh, I can't even think of a way, because today's society's washing my thoughts away. Oh, it's the fault, the school system. It's the way people walk and the way people talk. It's the politics, it's the parents. Oh, we were brought up like this, yet it's society's fault. I can't just have one friend. I have to be happy, pretending who I am all the time. The number on the scale is all that matters. Yeah, you're skinny because the drugs have been your habit. Oh, it's the fault, the school system. It's the way people walk and the way people talk. It's the politics, it's the parents. Oh, we were brought up like this, yet it's society's fault. You don't have to live your life like this. You don't need the crap that they teach us. You are who you are, don't you change that, baby. Society ain't gonna change me. You can make your own decisions in your own way, even though they tell us what we should say. It's our phones, our school system.